Sup guys, my name is Courtney Budzyn and this is What's for Din. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a braised balsamic chicken with tomatoes and orzo. This is absolutely delicious. It's really good for you. It's one of my healthier dishes that I like to make all the time, and it packs a lot of flavor. So I'm sure you will love this, and it's pretty easy to make, so there's not much to it. So let's go over the ingredients. You'll need some chopped up onion, some freshly minced garlic. Then I have 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts here that I seasoned with salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder for some extra seasoning. I pounded them a little bit thinner so that they're more even when they cook and I don't have to worry about uneven cooking. And also you can use more than 3. You can use 4 or 5 if you want to, but since it's just me and my husband, I didn't want to go crazy and make a ton. You're also going to need some diced tomatoes, a little bit of chicken broth or chicken stock, some balsamic vinegar, of course. And then we have a mix of spices. I just have some dried rosemary, cayenne, a little bit of dried basil. I usually use fresh, but they didn't have any at the store, and some garlic powder. Also, you're gonna need some orzo pasta. You don't have to use pasta if you don't want to. You can really use any type of pasta. Then I also have some baby bella mushrooms here that I washed and chopped. You don't have to use mushrooms if you want. You don't even have to use pasta if you want. You can just exclude those, but I like the extra kick it gives. You could also make this and serve it over mashed potatoes or with steamed broccoli, you know, if you really want to keep it healthy, but I like the pasta. You're also going to need some salt and pepper and a little bit of canola oil so that we can brown the chicken. So let's go over to the stove and we'll brown the chicken. What is this? Brown the chicken, brown the chicken. I don't know. So before we start browning our chicken, I'm actually going to brown up our onions first because it adds a lot of flavor. So in my pan, I'm just going to add a little bit of my canola oil and my onion. And we're not adding the garlic yet because I don't want the garlic to burn, but I want a really nice color to these onions because it adds a lot of flavor. So just cook these until they're nice and brown. And in the meantime, you can have a little pot of water starting to boil so that we can cook our pasta, and that'll be ready for us when we're ready for it. Okay, my onions have a little bit of brown color to them. I know it's hard to see with the camera because the light is not that great over here, but they are nice and golden. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and scrape them right back into the bowl they came from because I'm going to brown the chicken. And I don't want them to burn, the onions to burn while we're doing that. So just go ahead and set that aside. We're going to add a little bit more of the oil, canola oil, to the pan. And we're going to add our chicken to that. And you just want to brown these on both sides. You're not looking to cook it through just yet, but just get a really good brown color on both sides. And if you notice, I'm using canola oil instead of olive oil because olive oil has a tendency to burn if you use it at high heat. And I don't want to have to worry about that, so just use like a canola oil or a vegetable oil or even coconut oil, but you have to be careful because that might change the flavor a little bit. So brown these on both sides and then we'll come back. All right, we got some good color on both sides. So now I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit to about medium high. I'm going to add my onion back in. Also going to add my garlic and the mushrooms. And just give that a little bit of a stir. I know it looks like it doesn't fit at all, but it's okay. You just want to cook this until the garlic is somewhat fragrant. You'll probably be able to smell it right away. So while that's sauteing just a little bit, I like to go ahead and mix all my wet ingredients together in one bowl. That way it's easier to mix. So I add my diced tomatoes, my chicken broth, and my balsamic vinegar, along with all my spices, and I season that with some salt and pepper. Give that a stir. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pour this right over top of everything in the pan. Oh yeah, give this a slight little stir, nothing too crazy. So bring the liquids up to a simmer a little bit higher than what I have it here, but it's going to take a second, and you're going to want to simmer it at least for about 20 to 30 minutes, and it also depends on how big your chicken breasts are, how thin, how many you're using. So just cook it until it's an internal temperature of 165 degrees, and then we'll move on to the next step. So once your pasta is fully cooked and you completely drained it of any water, you can go ahead and add it right into your chicken and give it a good stir, and you are ready to serve. So this is what the finished product looks like. It smells delicious. I'm drooling. And if you can't tell, I cleaned out the pan and then put it back in so it was more appealing to look at in the thumbnail. And I ended up finding some basil. I don't even know why I didn't see it, but I have some fresh basil, so I chopped up some and put it on top. So much flavor, it's ridiculous. It was like an explosion. This is slap your mama good, like that good. And it's healthy. So you really can't beat healthy and absolutely delicious. Trust me on this, you just have to try this. So if you guys want to remake this recipe, just look below in the description box. I have all the written instructions as well as the ingredients. And if you did like this video, don't forget to smack that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I have many more recipes to come and I wouldn't want you to miss anything. So as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me and we'll see you next time. Peace out. Balsamic.
Yeah, I'm recording.
Huh?
I've been recording.
Oh, so you ready?